It's been a month since we came to Delhi for a trip to Badrinath and we really had a great time. But now it's time to travel back to our work home, the city of Nizam's Hyderabad. And for sure we are going to make it a fun ride. Our wheels of choice for this journey will be the mighty Zeus. Sitting on top of those lovely 18-inch rim and great suspension setup, I'm really excited for this trip and we will also be documenting it this time. So here's the plan. The trip is a total of 1600 kilometers, which will take us 2 days of driving. We'll be sticking to NH44 for the entire time and traveling through 4 different states. We'll be halting at night at Sagar, which is sweetly positioned at the heart of Madhya Pradesh, and our journey as well. Plan is to reach Hyderabad by the evening of the second day. Bags packed, goodbyes done. We started off at 9 am towards Agra, our first milestone. The morning sun added to the relaxing drive on the expressway to Agra, which welcomed us with its 6 lanes. It's silky smooth, straight and wide. It's just perfect place to let the car stretch its leg. Seeing the world through windscreen on a road this great has sort of a meditating effect, and one of the reasons why we love to take the road so often. There are well-planned eateries and gas stations on each of the 3 toll gates on the expressway. You can stop by at these as needed. We, however, chose to eat our home-cooked breakfast in the shades of a tree, relaxed a bit, and then moved on. We exited the expressway after a couple of hours of drive and got onto the Agra inner ring road. Now this is a tricky section as it's not yet properly connected back to NH44. You would have to drive through some really narrow village roads for over 20 minutes to reach the NH44. After navigating through the narrow lanes, we were on our path to the next milestone, Jhansi. Trip was going smooth and soon we crossed the Chambel Bridge. Now we have been on road for over 5 hours and we have covered a total of 350 kilometers. We have just passed Gwalior now. So it's almost time for lunch, and the moment we find a good restaurant, we are going to stop and have the much deserved meal. We spent almost an hour for lunch. On our way to Jhansi, we took a short stop at the Gwalior Fort and took the moment to soak in our glorious history. As we approached Jhansi, it was easy to see the terrain changing from wide open plains to green and sometimes patchy hills. It was 4 p.m. now and the sun was getting more forgiving. The road looked more welcoming as we had left the high traffic areas of Agra-Jhansi section behind us. There was more greenery around us and overall mood was getting more relaxing. The trip, however, needed some more fun, so when we reached Betwa River, we stopped to spend some time on the river front. 6:35 now, and we are about 150 kilometers away from Sagar. Beautiful evening, and this is special feeling having a cup of tea right here on the side of an highway. And, the journey has been really amazing, and the night is upon us almost now. Cheers. It's easy to lose track of time in such moments, but the passing train reminded me that I still had another 90 minutes of drive left for the day. As the darkness grew, the highway lit up with hundreds of reflectors. Though not the safest option, but I actually do enjoy night driving. The first day of the trip ended at 8 pm when we reached Hotel Dipali, our stay for the night. Back on the road, we exited the modest town of Sagar at dawn. The beautiful NH44 and the greenery around us made for the perfect morning. The day was just gorgeous. I thoroughly enjoyed my sips of tea by the roadside among the great Indian landscape. Given the road condition, we were literally munching miles. Maintaining steady pace was quite easy as traffic on this section is usually forgiving. Today we would be covering the most beautiful section of the trip, the Tiger Reserve Corridor and the great elevated Pench Forest Highway. I feel proud to say that the entire 50 kilometers of this has been elevated and barricaded to facilitate safe wildlife movement across the highway without fear of being hit by the speeding vehicles. I would say one of the most thoughtfully constructed highway. The scenic beauty of the woods around us made it extremely relaxing, and we took a detour to spend some time in the woods and also made time for a B-roll. We are still in the Pench National Park corridor. It's just amazing, and the environment around us is also beautiful. After Pench, we steadily crossed Nagpur and were on way to Adilabad by 1:30 pm. We made time for quick breaks in the picturesque farmlands at regular intervals. We crossed Adilabad at around 3:30 pm and headed for the final leg of the journey, Hyderabad, which was over 300 kilometers away now. Just like most parts of this journey, the Adilabad-Hyderabad section is also quite green. There's almost no dust in the air and sky appeared to be as blue as possible. The road condition from Delhi to Hyderabad could be rated from good to very good, especially the roads in Telangana are very good. As we approached Hyderabad, my thoughts went back to 2 days spent on the road and all the fond memories we created on this trip. Even though this journey was not yet over, I could not stop myself from thinking about the next one. We entered ORR at 5:45 pm. It's always a pleasure driving on it, and it gives a wonderful feeling, almost like Hyderabad welcoming you home. we finally reached home and end of the journey at around 6:30 p.m. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.